Hey, welcome back. This is Shah. I got another Reddit story to share with you guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these. This one's from r/infidelity, so let's read this together. He got another woman pregnant while I was about to give birth. My partner of 6 years convinced me to have a baby. I'm older and always thought that I would be child-free. He already had several children from prior relationships, but I was in love with him, and I thought our bond and commitment was strong enough to be a healthy family for a baby. I had infertility issues that required surgery, but eventually we got pregnant. He was happy, but not the doting dad-to-be I expected him to be. He worked out of state, so he didn't take care of me during my pregnancy. I took care of myself. When I gave birth, he didn't take time off to spend with me and the baby returning to work right away. In July, I found out he got another woman pregnant. I didn't find out from him. I found out because the woman posted her maternity shoot photos and he was in them. A friend of mine was sent the photos and she forwarded them to me. The math shows that he would have gotten her pregnant right around the time I was going to give birth. The babies are less than 9 months apart. This man had an entire second life where he went to his woman's baby showers and participated in her maternity photo shoot, things he did not do with me. Now he is begging me to give him a second chance to show me he's changed. I want nothing to do with him, but now we share a child together. The pain is beyond comprehension and beyond a therapist. I don't have anyone else to confide in. I know there is life beyond this, but some days I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. When does the pain fade? You know, a lot of times we hear stories about how men can get screwed over from women, especially with like family law and stuff like that. But this is what the other side of the game kind of looks like, you know. And this is a woman finding out she's been really screwed. And it really reminds me of a child support case I worked a few years ago back when I worked at the agency. And I remember a woman had came in, you know, she had like probably like a 6-month to a year-old baby with her. And I was opening the case. So the customers would come in and we'd sit in the interview booth and I'd, you know, get the application packet from them, ask a few questions and try to get it figured out. So I was getting the case open for her and I was able to see the guy's information and I'm like, oh, he's already in the system. Okay, cool. So I got all the calculations ready and the amount of child support she was going to get per month for the child was really low. It was like $150 a month or something. And so I did the paperwork and I let her know and I'm like, all right, it's going to be about $150 a month. That's what we're getting from the system based on his income and stuff like that. And she was like, $150 a month? That's really low. Why is that? And I was like, well, you know, he's already paying support for his other kids. So that affects how much, you know, you get in the calculator. And she was like, all of a sudden she was like, he has other kids. And man, in that moment, like I didn't realize she didn't know that. So like I saw the wheels turning in her mind. You know what I mean? And like realizing how screwed over she really got from this guy, like how badly this guy got her. And man, it was really bad, you know, because now she's got this kid and she's only going to get this really small amount. And, you know, she started crying and stuff and we didn't have tissues. So I had to go get some tissues. But anyways, yeah, this is the other side of the game. So like when I see a story like this, like that sounds freaking nightmarish, you know, like if you're a woman and some guy gets you like that, you know what I mean? Let's check out the comments. You pick yourself up and show yourself the respect he didn't. You tell him there's no way you want him back. I'm not going to sugarcoat. It won't be easy. It took me a good 4 to 5 months to feel any kind of okay and a further 6 to get back to some kind of normal. But I didn't have a child who needed me to push that healing process along. I didn't start therapy until a few weeks ago. I 100% wish I did that straight up. Be fully prepared that he will go straight to that other woman and go no contact immediately. Only speak to him about your child when necessary and get child support ASAP. Okay, so they're recommending child support, right? But, you know, she said in her post that this guy has like other kids, and depending on how many other kids he's got, I mean, how much money is she really going to get from this dude unless he's like super rich? Here's another comment. He has quote unquote several children from prior relationships, plus you and concurrent baby mama. How many kids are we talking about? Were any of the other relationships concurrent? Does he support all his kids? Does he have some kind of fetish, or is he just trash? OP, get tested for STIs. He sounds gross. OP responds and says, he did tell me that he loved kids. So maybe it's a fetish. He had a kid as a teen, 3 kids with his ex-wife. Okay, so I think that's 4 kids so far. A kid with me, and now a kid with this other woman. So 4 women. Okay, so we're at 6 kids total right now. He was exactly the kind of man I always tried to stay away from. I don't know why I allowed myself to get wrapped up with him. I have a lot of shame putting myself in this situation. It's hard to explain because I'm a strong, financially successful, and independent woman, and I feel like I saw the red flags, but somehow he made them seem less red. Everyone who knew him also said they had no idea he'd live a life like this. He does support his other kids, but he is still complete trash. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. So this guy has 6 kids. I mean, you know, at the same time, she knew he had these other kids, and she still decided to have a kid with him. Now, I'm not really the type to shame people because, you know, one thing that used to annoy me when I worked at child support was a lot of times, you know, people would come in and they're dealing with these cases and it's tough on their life. And sometimes people would be like, well, you know, if they kept their legs closed, then they wouldn't be in this mess. But I'd always kind of sit there and think in my mind, like, man, you know, if you catch me on a full moon and my lizard brain is taken over, I could have easily been one of these guys on their other side of the table. So I would always just be like, man, you know, I'm grateful, but I never thought I'd shame these people because some people live these lives that maybe are really lonely and almost meaningless. And then it's like you find somebody that gives you that attention and you're just like, man, you know, I work at Burger King, but she's cool. And this is like the most significant thing that happened to me. And then pretty soon you got a kid and you're sitting in the child support office. So, you know, she kind of just followed that instinct and it led her here, but she got screwed over really crazy. This is a story we can all learn from, and it's important to see how this turns out. You know what I mean? Like, if a guy's make a lot of money, a woman could baby trap him. He can end up in all these situations, you know. But the opposite side of that game is maybe this guy got baby trapped or something, and then he's like, screw it. All right, if I'm already stuck in the system, I'm going to have like 6 other kids. And whatever, they'll either get their child support or they won't get their child support. And then that puts the moms in this really tough position because they're not going to get that much help from dad. Maybe even if he really wanted to, his time's going to be, and his money's going to be split between 6 kids. So here we are. Anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. The channel's now fully monetized. I appreciate everyone who's subscribed and watched my videos, and we'll see you on the next one.